Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball. Chris Stratton on the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Lindbergh-Craig Field as the Missoula Mavericks take on the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs, a doubleheader here at Lindbergh-Craig Field tonight. First game is due up in just a few moments, and the second game, as you know, with Legion Baseball, can't really go by a time frame, but you know, in about 20 minutes after this one finishes up, we'll have the second game. And then tomorrow afternoon, I should say, it is a 1 o'clock game against the Monarchs. So let's go ahead and meet our starting lineups for today's game. For the Monarchs, they will lead off with Joel Heron, the catcher, Tori Nelson, the second baseman, will bat second. Batting third is Jaden Ball, the first baseman. Drew Niwa is in left field, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Wyatt Bergen, the third baseman. Reese Whelan, the pitcher, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is Jaden Schmidt in right field. The shortstop, Connor Drever, is batting eighth, and batting ninth is Braden Hauk, the center fielder. Reese Whelan, as I mentioned, is the pitcher. For the Mavericks on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound as we get ready for the first pitch of the game is Dane Frazier. And the first pitch in will be over the plate for Dane Frazier. And our first pitch is at 4:58 p.m. Frazier with the stretch and set as we'll meet the Maverick lineup here in just a moment. This one's going to be bounced out. Richardson will get it on the fringe. The throw to first is going to be late, and the Monarchs will find a runner at first to start the game. Brendan Hill's in center field. He is batting first. Batting second is the pitcher Dane Frazier as we get Tori Nelson to the plate for the Monarchs. Dane Frazier batting second. Batting third is the shortstop Trad Richardson. Bridger Johnson bats fourth in left field. In right field is Stuart Long as this one's going to be rolled out. Richardson will have the pickup. The toss to second. Down the line to first is just ahead of the runner. No, they're going to say safe, and the fielder's choice will keep a runner at first, one out. So that takes us to Jaden Ball as the wind picks up here at Lindbergh-Craig Field. And a throw to first to hold the runner, one out, one on. Stuart Long batting fifth in right field. Batting sixth is Drew Stensrud, the third baseman. Batting seventh is the catcher, Andrew Clausen. Zach Hangus bats eighth. He's the first baseman, as Fraser will deliver ball one. And Dayton Bay batting ninth at second base, and Zach Hangus batting eighth at first. Back to first. 1-0 on the count as Fraser gets us going here. Pitch over the plate produces strike one. 1-1 on the count. Our officials for today's game. Well, game one will have the general Glenn Welsh behind the plate and Seth Kitchen in the field. 1-1. This one's popped up foul, and it's going to come down behind the first base seating to produce strike two. So 1 and 2 to Jaden Ball. Drew Niwa in the on-deck circle. Throw to first. Mavericks coming off a 2-1 run against Great Falls, and the swing will bring up strike 3, and we've got 2 outs now in the top of the first. Brings up Drew Niwa for the Moose Monarchs with 2 outs and a runner at first. Wind coming heavy out of the south as we got the American and Canadian flags bristling proudly in center field. And we'll turn that crowd mic down as the wind is getting picked up very heavily. There's strike 1 by Frazier to Niwa. Mavericks will have the Moose Monarchs tomorrow, and then Wednesday will be the final home game of the season as the Mavericks will take on the Bozeman Bucks. The Mavericks and the Bucks sitting at the top of Class AA Legion Baseball as the pitch delivers us to an even count at 1 apiece. Frazier with the set. And here's a hard hit ball foul. It's going to be out of play. And that'll bring up strike 2, 1 and 2 to Niwa. So the state tournament's coming up. The A portion is we'll build to 2 and 2. They will have their districts coming up this week. So the Mavericks A squad, the Bitterroot Bucks, and the Bitterroot Red Sox will all be local teams playing for a bid in the district tournament to go to state the following weekend. Full count now, 3 and 2. That tournament going on this weekend starting on Wednesday in Libby. Frazier with the payoff pitch, and it'll result in ball 4. Runners at first and second now. The AA tournament will be a week from Saturday in Billings. The A state tournament is in Florence. If you're local around the Missoula Florence area, I would encourage you to get out there. They've got a great field out there in Florence. Bounced ball into right field. They'll bring the runner around from second on the way home as Long's not able to make the throw, and that'll be 1 run earned.
Number 3, Reese Whalen.
We get Reese Whalen now, with the Monarchs leading the Mavericks 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With 2 outs, top of the first. Bergen at first, Niwa at second, and the first pitch delivered to Whelan is over the plate for strike 1. It's the last home Maverick game of Wednesday night here at Lindbergh Craig Field, 7 o'clock against the Bozeman Bucks. Here's a bouncer down the first base line. It will come out foul, and will be 0 and 2 on the count. I would encourage you on Wednesday night to come out to the park if you Lindbergh Craig Field if you're local, and check out the final home game. 2 of the top teams in Class AA Legion Baseball. Don't worry about dinner, folks. They've got a great concession stand here as the outside pitch will bring up ball 1. 1 and 2 on the count to Whelan. Whatever you need. They've got burgers, hot dogs, brats, nachos, fries, pretzels, you name it. They've got all the ballpark goodies in the concessions. Bouncer right at Frazier. It'll hop over the mound. Running into center field shallow. The runner from second will come home, and the Monarchs will click on the machine. They earn a run off the single to make it 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Jaden Schwent now for the Monarchs. Outside pitch over the plate brings up strike one. Runner at first, Reese Whelan. Wyatt Bergen at second. And we'll go to even at one apiece on the count. Then the Mavericks go on the road. Final conference games, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in Lethbridge. And then it's a non-conference game on Wednesdays. This one's foul, and it's going to come down in the glove of Drew Stensrud to end the inning. So the Monarchs score 2 runs. They leave 2 behind, and it's 2-0 Medicine Hat. We'll be back with the Mavericks portion right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. The bottom of the first inning, the Moose Monarchs jump out on the board first, 2-0 over the Missoula Mavericks. It is Reese Whelan on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Monarchs. For the Mavericks, Brendan Frazier will lead things off at the top of the order. Dane Frazier on deck and Trad Richardson in the hole. So taking a look at our conference standings here as Whelan gets ready to go. The Mavericks still on top, 14-3 overall in 17 games. The Bucks have played 2 more games. They're 14-5. The Elks out of Lethbridge, 10-6. They've only played 16 games. Lakers, 10-9 in the number 4 spot. They've played their 19 games. Senators, 8-9 in the 5 spot. The Royals, 7-9. Scarlets sitting in the 7 spot at 8-12. The Chargers, 5-13. And the Monarchs, 4-14. Looking for some wins to get themselves in over the Chargers. The Chargers and the Senators, I heard today, though, has been canceled due to weather in Helena, so the Chargers and the Senators not going tonight. Brendan Hill at the plate for the Mavericks. Here's the first pitch by Whelan. And it'll start out with a ball. Mavericks with the top 3 batters in the order. The home run hitters, as Hill will have this one right to Whelan. The throw to first will not beat Hill as the flash makes it to first. And the Mavericks will have a runner on to start. Takes us to Dane Frazier for the Mavericks with 1 on, no outs. Now I mentioned that the top 3 batters in the order for the Mavericks are the home run hitters. Brendan Hill with 1. Dane Frazier has 3 on the season, leading the team. And the man on deck, Trad Richardson, with 2. Here's the first pitch outside to Frazier, and it is ball 1, 1-0 on the count. Here's the stretch and set. Check swing inside, ball 2, 2-0. Now with a team, one team on top, one team on the bottom, the Mavericks wanting to take that number 1 spot. We'll see how aggressive Hathaway gets. He was fairly aggressive in Great Falls when runners were on, putting them in motion. Pitch over the plate will bring up strike 1. Hill's going to go to second. The slide in, and Hill will have the stolen base. And we'll go 2-1 on the count to Frazier. And Hill is one that you do want to put, that Hathaway will put in motion. Whelan will check him out there at second. Here's the pitch. And Frazier sends this one into center field. Houck is back there. It's got some leg. The wind will catch, and it'll be the right fielder, Schwent, that will pick it up. And the sac fly will move Hill to third.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
Brings up Trad Richardson for the Mavericks. 1 out, and a runner at third. Pretty good breeze coming out of the south. We've got some heavy clouds. I doubt it if they'll produce any moisture, but they'll probably be angry for a while. As Richardson's going to bounce this one up the middle of the field. Shortstop can't get to it. Hill will score. And the Mavericks are on the board off the Richardson single.
The left fielder, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
Takes us to Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks with 1 out, bottom of the first. Monarchs leading 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Reese Whelan with the stretch and set for the Monarchs. And Johnson fouls it back into the catcher for strike 1. So Johnson at the plate puts Stuart Long on deck for the Mavericks with 1 out. Richardson steps away from first. And this one Johnson will send. Is it going to stay fair? No, it'll be foul. And we'll be 0-2. Johnson being a great addition to the outfield for the Mavericks this year. Been able to slide him into all positions out there. As he'll take the pitch for ball 1, 1-2. Here's the stretch and set. And now the throw to first. Richardson will dive back in. So the Moose Monarchs at 4-14, 18 games played, and Richardson will go ahead and head to second. This time the throw is high, and Trad Richardson will have the stolen base, and we're 2-2 on the count. And they're only 1 game behind the Chargers in making it into the state tournament. 8 teams will go as we get a full count at 3-2. 9 teams in the conference, with Butte playing at the A level, not fielding a AA team, so that means 8 out of the 9 teams will go. And right now the Chargers and the Monarchs battling. This one's over the head of the second baseman. Richardson will grab a gear at third on his way home as the ball is picked up. Johnson is at second with the throw, and the Mavericks tie it at 2 apiece off the double by Johnson.
The right fielder, number 2, Stuart Long.
Takes us to the right fielder, Stuart Long. And with various changes to the team this year, Hathaway has put guys in different positions to get the best out of them, and they've had success. First pitch into long will be ball 1. Stuart Long had been playing at the shortstop position, but with Dane Frazier on the mound, Hathaway's putting him out in the outfield. And pitch over the plate will be strike 1, as Glenn Welsh says. 1-1 on the count. 1 out. Bridger Johnson at second. Bottom of the first, tied at 2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And a swing with contact will bring up strike 2. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on. And the pitch will be lost by Heron, and that will bring us even at 2 apiece, with Johnson making his way to third. All conference games from here on out for the Mavericks. Last day of conference play is the 22nd. And then the 24th, as this one bounces to the third baseman. Here's a throw to first. There'll be 2 away as Johnson will come across the plate.
For the Mavericks, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base.
And that'll be 2 outs. And the Mavericks take the lead. 3-2 with the bases getting cleared. Stensrud taking the pitch for ball 1. Drew Stensrud fitting in well at third base, playing good infield defense for the Mavericks. Takes Richardson off, and he's played in the outfield and a little bit of shortstop this year as we get ball 2 to Stensrud. Whelan, that pitch will go into the armpit. And the hit by pitch puts runner back on for the Mavericks. We go to Andrew Clausen now, the number 7 batter in the order for the Mavericks. Clausen settling in with Stensrud at first. A swing will bring up strike 1. Clausen at the catcher position, big shoes to fill. Clayton Frankie moving on due to eligibility, graduation. So Clausen moving into that catcher position. He's going to bang this one into right field. Right fielder will have it on the line drive. Mavericks will score 3, leave 1 behind, and it's 3-2 Mavs. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the second inning, the Mavericks claim the lead 3-2 with 3 runs in the bottom of the first over the Moose Monarchs. So for the Monarchs, it's the 8-9 batters due up. Connor Drever at the plate and Braden Hauk on deck. Dane Frazier continues on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. So your infield set for the Mavericks, you've got Zach Angus at first, Dayton Bay at second, Trad Richardson is the shortstop with Drew Stensert at third, Clausen behind the plate, and Frazier on the mound. That's your infield set. As the first pitch will come in for the inning, and it's ball 1 to Drever. The outfield, Bridger Johnson is in left field, Brendan Hill in center, and Stuart Long in right as we come to ball 2, 2-0. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. 3-0. So Dane Frazier with the hand for the Mavericks as he'll deliver strike 1. And it's a walk to start the inning for the Monarchs. Brings up the bottom of the order, Brandon Hauk with 1 on, no outs. So the Monarchs getting a batter on in the first 2 innings. And Frazier will deliver ball 1.
Good pitch, kid.
But looking at Dane, 7-3 on the win-loss column. As I'll put this one over the plate for strike 1, 1-1. He's played in 12 games, started 9. As we feel some moisture coming in through the window here. A bat right at the shortstop, down the line to first, and the double play is turned to clear the bases.
Number 30, Joel Heron.
So we'll swing to the top of the order now with 2 away off the double play. Joel Heron. And Frazier will deliver ball 1 to Heron. Here's a batted ball down the first base line and out of play. Brings up strike 1, 1-1 on the foul ball. So 1-1 on the count with 2 outs, nobody on. Frazier with the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. Here's the pitch, and it's over the plate, 2-2. For Heron, it was a single, his first at-bat. And a swing with contact. Keeps us at 2-2 on the foul ball. Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire, taking a moment to clean the plate off. We've got Seth Kitchen in the field. And Seth, he had an opportunity to call games at the Pioneer level he was field umpire, as we got a full count at 3-2. But he would get some time officiating for the Osprey, as it's a walk. So with 2 outs, a runner at first, we get the second baseman, Torrey Nelson. For the Monarchs. bouncer. Richardson with the pickup. He'll have the toss, and Bay will stick the bag. One runner left behind, no run scored, and we go to the top of the second. Mavericks leading 3-2. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Mavericks lead the Monarchs of Medicine Hat 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Reese Whelan on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound as we get ready for the bottom of the order for the Mavericks. The 8-9 batters scheduled up. Zach Hangus to lead off and Dayton Bay on deck. Doubleheader tonight. First game is going on right now. The second game will come at 20 minutes after this one finishes up. And then it'll be back to the ballpark at 1 o'clock tomorrow for game 3 of the series. There's a throw to second as Hangus will come to the plate.
First base number 11, Zach Hangus.
Hangus steps in, Whelan with the foot on the rubber, using all of the third base side of that rubber as Hangus will foul this one into himself for strike one. Hangus coming in and being a spiritual addition to this team as well as on the field. A swing will bring up strike 2. 0-2. As Hangus, he's taken and tried to get the most out of every opportunity, and we talked to him about that not too long ago. Here's a roller. The shortstop will pick it up. Drever with the throw, and a stick on the bag by Ball will be out number 1 to start the bottom of the second. Brings up Dayton Bay for the Mavericks with 1 out, nobody on, bottom of 2. Bay to settle in. Here's the stretch and set. Bay showing bunt, pitch off the glove. Ball 1. Joel Herron, the catcher for the Monarchs. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the second. Here's Bay with a pop into right field. Right fielder's going to track it down. It's going to be just out of the glove and bounce foul. It'll be fair as Bay will grab a gear at second. Hathaway bringing him around as the throw is made, and Dayton Bay with a triple for the Mavericks with 1 out. So we go to the top of the order with 1 out. Hill steps in. And the first pitch will be outside for ball 1 to Hill. Hill singling his first at bat. Here's the stretch and set. And the 1-0 to Hill. Brings up ball 2. Hill, I would grade as the fastest guy on the Mavericks this year at the AA level. He's sneaky when he gets on base. As this one will be bounced out, third baseman will pick it up. It's to first, just ahead of Hill. Bay will score, and the Mavericks lead 4-0 with 2 outs. Takes us to the pitcher for the Mavericks, Dane Fraser. And a foul ball to come back at us for strike 1, 0-1. Good breeze coming. Get that ball in the air in the center of the field, you might be able to hit something over the right fence. Outside pitch, 1-1. Frazier, I mentioned that he's the leading home run hitter for the Mavericks, but he leads the Mavericks in quite a few categories this year, as we'll build a 2-1. And after having the injury last year, coming out and really wanting to show that he fared well in that injury. This one's going to be bounced out. Second baseman with it on the bounce. The throw to first is kissed over, and a good reach out by the first baseman. Ball, and that will end the inning. The Mavericks score a run to make it 4-2. We'll be back with the top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the third inning, Mavericks lead 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We've got Jaden Ball to lead off the inning for the Moose Monarchs. Drew Niwa on deck and Wyatt Bergen in the hole. The Mavericks have their pitcher Dane Frazier up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Frazier standing tall, he and Dylan Chalmers top of the heap for the Mavericks. So the young man with the good stretch at the first base bag will lead the inning off, and he'll take a swing. It'll be strike 1. So the Monarchs with runners on to lead off the first and second inning. This one's going to be rolled out. Stensrud with a good attack. The throw to first, and the Mavericks will stop that trend right there, taking out Ball on the first out of the inning. Brings up Drew Niwa. Niwa Bounces out. Picked up by Richardson. The throw to first, and there's 2 quick outs
Number 7, Wyatt
on the inning. 2 away as we go to the third baseman, Wyatt Bergen. Frazier with the pitch. Over the plate. Strike 1. For Bergen, it was a single, his first at bat. Leading off the second. Outside pitch brings up 1-1. Here's the pitch by Frazier, and we'll get ball 2, 2-1. Doubleheader tonight, and a swing will take us even at 2 apiece. Top of the third in the first game. Second game will come up about 20 minutes after the 7th inning finishes here. And Glenn Welsh will say strike 3, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 for the Monarchs. We go to the Mavericks portion of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We have the bottom of the third inning. Mavericks leading the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 1 of the 3-game stand. A doubleheader tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon a 7-inning game to finish out the series, and then the Mavericks will have the Bozeman Bucks on Wednesday night. As we have Reese Whelan warming up on the 5 Valley Idol pitcher's mound. The Mavericks 3-4-5 batters. Tread Richardson to lead off, Bridger Johnson on deck, and Stuart Long will be in the hold for the third inning here. You can see the clouds building in the background. Wind's starting to come at us now, as Richardson will take the first pitch of the inning for ball 1. Richardson with a single. His first at bat. This one he takes into right field. It's got a good hard run into right field. Schwindet will put it in the glove, and the pop fly
Number 10, Bridger Johnson.
will take us to out number 1 here in the third. We bring up Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. Reese Whelan, 37 pitches so far on the game, 20 of them over the plate. Here's the stretch and set. Johnson will swing. This one's a hop, and the second baseman gets it in the glove. Good play by Nielsen, and there's 2 away.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
Brings up Stuart Long for the Mavericks, their right fielder. Here's the stretch and set. And a high pitch will bring up ball 1. So Stuart Long with a ground out, his first at bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Nobody on, and Long will lay off. Takes us to ball 2, 2-0. Drew Stensrud stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Ball 3. Here's the pitch. And it's a walk for Stuart Long. Brings up Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks. Brent Hathaway at third. With the Mavericks, 29 seasons, the manager for the Missoula Legion baseball team. As Stensrud will let the pitch come by for strike 1. Student of the game, and the game is a student of him as well. Here's a fair ball down the third base line. The throw to first will beat Stensrud, and it'll be one left behind with no run scored, and the Mavericks stay on top 4-2. Top of the fourth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning, Mavericks lead the Moose Monarchs 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, with Dane Frazier standing on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. The Moose Monarchs 6, 7, 8 batters. Reese Whelan at the plate. Jaden Schwent in the on-deck circle, and Connor Drever is in the hole. Dane Frazier,
Number 7, Wyatt Bergen.
working his way through the game here in the top of the fourth.
Correction, number 3, Reese Whalen.
Frazier now with the first pitch of the inning, and it'll come over the plate for strike 1. Dane, a 2019 graduate of Sentinel High School. 6'2", 190-pound right-hander for the Mavericks, as this one's fouled off to bring up strike 2. 0-2 to Whelan. Whelan with a single his first at-bat. Multi-talented player, utility player for the Mavericks. Pitcher, first base, catcher, right field. And this one's bounced into right field. Stuart Long will pick it up, and the Monarchs will have a runner at first.
Number 35, Jaden Schwent.
Takes us to Jaden Schwent for the Monarchs. 1 on, no outs. Top of 4. But the last couple of seasons, Frazier has been the man at first, as the first pitch coming in to Schwent will be ball 1. Schwent with a fly out his first at bat. But this year, with the veteran senior leadership and some good play by characters on the infield as we go 2-0 on the count, Frazier's been able to move around a little bit, but hanging out in right field with Hengis standing tall on that rubber, or that base over at first, as Richardson will have the tag down the line to first. Hengis, there he is, The double play is turned, and the Mavericks will have 2 outs against the Monarchs here in the top of the 4th. So we go to Connor Drever. And the first pitch to Drever will be ball 1. 1-0. But Frazier even spent some time behind the plate at the catcher position during the early part of the season as the pitch comes up for the strike, 1-1. And during the winter, when I saw him at a couple of his sister's basketball games, he said he was wanting to do that. And pitch brought in. Takes us to strike 2, 1-2 on the count. So he had a little time behind the plate, and then once we got serious and players started sliding into their positions as we get a foul ball, well, Dane would spend some time more in the outfield than behind the plate. But I know he had fun doing it, and that's the important thing. Dane, Frazier, Trad Richardson. They are the only players left from the Mavericks playing in that Northwest Regional Northwest Regional Championship game. Oh, Parker Stevens, that's right, Parker Stevens. So 3 of the Mavericks still part of the squad from that Northwest Regional Tournament Championship game, taking on the competitors, as the familiar competitors out of Lewiston, Idaho. Lewis and Clark Twins. Twins going on, and here's a roller out to Dayton Bay. He'll pick it up in the dirt, the throw to first, and that will end the inning. So the Mavericks hold off the Monarchs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mavericks 4, Monarchs 2. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field. Missoula Mavericks hosting the Moose Monarchs. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Game 1 of a doubleheader tonight between the Mavericks and the Moose Monarchs. The Mavericks leading the Monarchs 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we'll have Andrew Clausen lead off for the Mavericks. Zach Hangus on deck and Dayton Bay in the hole. So 7, 8, 9 batters scheduled on the inning. Reese Whelan stands on the 5 Valley at our pitcher's mound for
14,
the Monarchs. Some heavy wind coming out of the southwest. Here's the first pitch of the inning. And it'll be a bouncer by Clausen to the shortstop. Drever with the throw, and Kitchens will say out at first for the first out of the inning on the ground ball. Brings up Zach Hangus for the Mavericks, the first baseman. The pitch. inside for ball one. Our plate umpire for the first game is the general, Glenn Welsh. Seth Kitchen standing down the first baseline. He'll be the field umpire. Pitch upstairs, brings up ball two, 2-0. For Hengis, it was a ground out, his first at bat. As he'll roll this one to the third baseman. A good throw by Bergen will beat Hengis, and that will be 2 away.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
Brings up Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 4th. Mavericks lead 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bay showing bunt, and it'll be fouled backwards for strike 1. 0-1. So it looks like we do have a system kind of skirting us to the south, and we're just kind of catching the edge of it here. As Bay pops this one over first base. It's in foul territory, but ball is over there, and he'll have it in the glove. The Mavericks go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Lindbergh Craig Field. It is the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks leading 4-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Dane Frazier on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as we get the bottom of the order for the Monarchs to lead off. Brandon Houck.
Number 19, Brandon Houck.
Houck to settle in as the umbrellas come out. Just a little bit of moisture spitting. Like I said, that front is moving just to the south of us, south of Missoula, I should say, as this one's going to be hit right off, and Richardson not able to get a glove on it. And the Monarchs will have a runner on at first. They've done that on every inning except for the 3rd.
Number 30, Joel Aaron.
Monarchs putting a runner on to lead off the inning. So we swing to the top of the order, Joel Heron. And Heron's going to punt this one into right field, and Stuart Long will have it hop in front of him. Runners at first and second. Actually, the throw to second, and Richardson not able to hold on to it, and that will have runners at first and second. And the Monarchs will have runners at first and second now. No outs with Torrey Nielsen, and Nielsen's going to bunt one over the backstop. And the foul ball will bring up strike 1 as that one was coming right into the booth. Here's the stretch and set by Frazier. Over the plate, strike 2, 0-2. Johnson. It would be a back-to-back fielder's choice as this one's fouled off into the bare palm of the first base coach. And the foul ball will keep us at 0-2. For Frazier, 62 pitches, 40 of them over the plate. And this one will come right at us. And we stay at 0-2 with no outs. Runners at first and second. Jaden Ball in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And this will bounce to Stensrud. Stensrud throw to second, down the line to first, and the double play will be turned on the backside of the runner at third, and that's 2 away.
Number 25, Jaden Ball.
Takes us to the first baseman, Jaden Ball. With 2 outs and a runner at third for the Monarchs. Pitch upstairs will bring up a ball. Here's Frazier with the pitch. And it gets away from Clausen. Runner will advance from third, and the Monarchs make it a 1-run game. 4-3. Two and 0 on the count to Ball. Here's a hit. Bay will back into it, and that will end the inning. 1 run scored. It's now 4-3 Mavericks. We'll be back with the Mavericks' turn to bat in the bottom of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We've got the bottom of the 5th inning. Mavericks leading 4-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And the Mavericks have the top of the order. Brendan Hill to lead off. So Hill in the box. Dane Frazier on deck, and Trad Richardson is in the hole. Reese Whelan continues his time on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Mavericks with 4 runs off of 4 hits, no errors, and left 2 on behind so far. For the Monarchs, it would be 3 runs off of 6 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left behind. Both teams coming up with runs in the first inning. The Monarchs with 2, the Mavericks with 3. Mavericks would match with a run in the second to make it 4-2, and the Monarchs notching another run in there in the top of the 5th to make it 4-3. So Hill to step to the plate. Here's the first pitch of the inning. And it'll be ball 1 as Heron, the catcher, blocks it in front of him. So for Hill, he's got a single and a ground out on the game. Here's the stretch and set by Whelan. And we'll bring up ball 2, 2-0. Glenn Welsh, our plate umpire for tonight's first matchup with Seth Kitchens in the field. Here's the 2-0. And Hill lays off for ball 3, 3-0. Here's the stretch, pitch, and it's a walk. Mavericks will have a runner on, and of all the runners to have, probably one of the most dangerous ones is Hill is on the hunt when he reaches. So we go to Dane Frazier now with no outs, and Hill at first for the Mavericks. Here's the stretch and set. And Frazier with a whack foul will bring up strike one. Dane on the game. A sac fly and a ground out.
Slow feet, Dane.
Dane settling back in. He is on the mound as the rain is just coming down lightly here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Outside pitch brings up a ball. 1-1 on the count to Frazier. But Frazier leading the Mavericks in several categories. He leads the Mavericks in hits, RBIs, singles, doubles, and triples, as well as walks, as he'll send this one into right field. It's got some good leg on it. Right fielder's back there, and this is going to bounce off of the wall. Hill grabs a gear at third on his way home. Frazier around the corner at second, and Dane Frazier will stand up at third. And Dane Frazier will add to his triples number. Scoring Hill, and it's now 5-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
Richardson settles. And the first pitch, there's a check swing. And it'll be strike one. Richardson, a single and a fly out. He's got Frazier at third with no outs as the rain comes down here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Here's a soft roller. It'll be picked up. The throw to first is made, and the ball will beat Richardson. Frazier will score, and it's now 6-3 Mavericks with 2 outs. Brings us to Bridger Johnson, and Johnson will foul the first pitch off. And we'll have strike one to Johnson. Johnson with a double and a line drive. 1 for 2. Here's the 0-1, and it's over the plate to bring up strike two. Pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 1, 1-2 to Johnson. Johnson, we talked about his play in the outfield, but from the plate, he leads the team with, or tied with 56 runs, as this one is going to be a pass ball, and it'll get there ahead, and that will be the first out.
For the Mavericks, 2 runs on 1 hit, no one left on the hit.
And that's 2 outs on the board, as the PA announcer has been away from the microphone too long. We'll come to Stuart Long with 2 outs, and the first pitch will be upstairs for the ball. Here's the pitch over the plate. Strike one, 1-1 on the count. As the rain starts to make its way into the booth now. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, Mavericks lead 6-3. Here's a roller foul down the third base line. And we'll go 1-2 on the count. It's a nice light rain though. Long, a ground out and a walk on the game. And the pitch will bring up ball 2, 2-2. Brings up the full count, 3-2 on that pitch. And Whelan with the payoff pitch at 3-2 with 2 outs. Long punches this one straight up in the air over the pitcher's mound. First baseman will come in, it's in the glove, and that will end the inning.
For the Mavericks, 2 runs.
Mavericks, 2 runs to make it 6-3. We'll be back with the top of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right folks, we're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. And we'll have a change in the field as Thomas Martin will come to right field in the place of Stuart Long. So Martin in right field now for the Mavericks. For the Moose Monarchs, it's the 4-5-6 Waters with Drew Niwa at the plate. Wyatt Bergen is on deck and Reese Whelan in the hole. Dane Frazier with the first pitch of the inning from the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and time will be called as the trigger will be cocked, but the hammer will not be brought down. Top of 6, Mavericks lead 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And the first pitch will come in for ball 1 to Niwa. Niwa with a walk and a ground out on game 1 as he'll foul this one over the third base coach. And we'll have strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Pitch delivered, brings up strike 2. Leadoff batter on the inning. And Frazier goes outside. He wins the count at 2 apiece. Niwa in left field. And he'll punch this one up over our heads foul. And we'll stay at 2-2. Here's a foul ball. Keeps us at 2-2. Welsh says 2 balls, 2 strikes, points to pitcher's mound, and Frazier will deliver. Here's a swing, and it's a strike 3. Swinging for out number 1. Brings up the third baseman, Wyatt Bergen. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 6th. Here's the pitch by Frazier. And it'll come inside for the ball. Dane Frazier at 75 pitches on the game. 48 of them over the plate. As we go outside for 1-1 on the count. 2-0. I am wrong. Now we get ball 3. But looking at Dane from the 5 Valiato pitcher's mound. 7-3 as we mentioned, 12 games, 9 started. Coming into the game, 48 1/3 total innings pitched as we get 3-1 on the count. 41 runs off of 57 hits, 31 of those runs earned as it's a walk to put a runner on for the Monarchs with 1 out. 24 walks, 44 strikeouts, 3 hit by pitches, and he's allowed 3 home runs with a 5.77 ERA. So the walk brings up Reese Whelan. And Clausen lets the pitch get away, advances the batter to second. For Whelan, back-to-back singles. Here's the stretch and set by Frazier. And a foul ball over the first base dugout. Brings up strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Whelan settling in, runner at second, 1 out. And here's a shot into right field. It's foul. And we've got strike 2, 1-2. Whelan settles back in. Runner at second is Bergen. 1 out on the board. Jaden Schwent in the on-deck circle. Foul ball. That one back into the ankle. It'll smart for a moment. We stay at 1-2. Here's a batted ball to Frazier. He'll make the throw to first, and that's 2 away. With the runner advancing to third. Brings up Jaden Schwint. Frazier with the pitch. Inside on the lefty for ball 1. Schwent, a fly out and hit into a fielder's choice. Pitch over the plate will bring up strike, 1-1 on the count. Bergen standing at third. And Frazier will deliver ball 2. 2-1 on the count. The Mavericks with a doubleheader. Second game will come up about 20 minutes after this one finishes up, and then third game of the series is tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon at 1, right here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Pitch over the plate takes us to 2-2. Here's the stretch and set. And it's over the plate to strike out the batter to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mavericks leading 6-3. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City? The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Lindbergh Craig Field. Missoula Mavericks and the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mavericks leading 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks will have their 6-7 batters up on the inning. Drew Stensrud to lead off. Andrew Clausen will be on deck, and Zach Hangus in the hole. Reese Whelan will stand on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his 6th inning of duty for the Monarchs. Whelan at 69 pitches, 37 of them over the plate. Here's the first pitch of the inning to Stensrud, and it's off the bat into the glove of the shortstop, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out on the line drive.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Brings up Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks, the catcher. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of 6. Mavericks lead 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. First pitch upstairs. Ball 1 to Clausen. Strike 1, 1-1 on the count to Clausen. Clausen with a line drive and then a ground out on his game. Here's the pitch. And we'll bring up ball 2, 2-1. Both managers having their pitchers stand tall on the mound. We haven't seen a conference or any action in the bullpens. Clausen with a pop over second. It'll be shallow in right field, and the pop fly will bring out the 2nd out on the inning. Takes us to the first baseman, Zach Hangus, with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a stretch and set by Whelan. And a ball. Makes it 1-0 for Hangus. A back-to-back groundouts. Foul ball. 1-1 on the count. Hangus, another one of those utility players for the Mavericks, as he has time on the pitcher's mound and hangs out at first. Upstairs pitch brings out ball 3, 3 and 2 and 1 as I got ahead of myself somewhere. Here's a swing. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 by Whelan. And another foul ball keeps Hangus alive. Here's the stretch. And we go to a full count at 3-2 to the first baseman. Here's the payoff pitch by Whelan. And it's a walk for Hangus to get on. And we come to Dayton Bay for the Mavericks. Bay settling in. He is the leader in the clubhouse with bunts, and he has been a bunting fool. As the first pitch will come in for ball 1 to Bay. We haven't seen him set up. He set up, I should say, the first pitch of his first at bat was a bunt that was fouled back into the netting, and then since then he's been straight up. Here's the 0-1 by Whelan. Strike 1, 1-1. Bay with a triple and then an infield fly on his game. Here's the stretch and set. And Bay will swing. Strike 2. Whelan with the pitch. And Bay with a rocket high over first base. Ball says he's got it. It'll be Nielsen to come in, and that is the inning. The Mavericks, no runs. Hangus left behind, and we go to the top of the 7th, all or nothing for the Monarchs. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we come to the top of the 7th inning. Missoula Mavericks leading the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs 6-3. It is game 1 of a doubleheader, game 1 of a 3-game series between the two teams. Second game will come up about 20 minutes after this one finishes up. The Monarchs will have the bottom of their order, Connor Drever to lead off. Brandon Hauk on deck, so the 8-9 batters to start things off. Dane Frazier stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his 7th inning of duty. Here's the pitch by Frazier to start the inning, and he'll slide it over the plate for strike one to Drever. For Drever, a walk and a ground out on his game. A swing, bounces out. Bay will hop on it. The throw to first, and that's one away. Brings up the bottom of the order. Brandon Houck for the Monarchs. Mavericks with a stiff schedule to finish out the conference season. Of course, the last day of conference play, as the pitch will be over the plate to Houck for strike one, is the 22nd. Mavericks will have a non-conference game on Wednesday of next week, 9-inning game in Helena, as we are outside for the ball pitch. 1-1 by Frazier. Frazier at 93 pitches, 59 over the plate. Here's the 1-1. And a swing will bring up strike two. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball will keep us at 1-2. One out, nobody on, top of 7. All conference games are 7 innings in Montana Alberta Legion Baseball, as Frazier will drop in ball 2, 2-2 on the count. Now my guess is in game 2, and this is just a guess, but Brendan Hill will be on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as we build to a full count at 3-2. One out, nobody on. Here's the payoff pitch by Frazier. It's going to roll out, and Dayton Bay will have it in the dirt. The throw to first. Hangus sticks the bag, and that's 2 away.
Number 30, Joel Heron.
The Bay-Hangus connection for 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We swing to the top of the order. The catcher, Joel Heron. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. For Heron. Walked his second at bat with bookend singles, single first and third, as we go 2-0. Pitch on the way. Strike one, 2-1. Glenn Welsh is our plate umpire. Seth Kitchen in the field. They will swap out, and we'll see Kitchen behind the plate for the second game. As this one's bounced to Stensrud. He'll have the throw to first. It's on target. Hangus sticks the bag, and the Mavericks will have the win over the Monarchs. 6-3. As the Mavericks will get the win 6-3. Monarchs 3 runs off of 6 hits, no errors, and 4 runners left on. The Mavericks would have 6 runs off of 5 hits, no errors, and the Mavericks leading 3 behind. Game 2 of the doubleheader will be up in about 20 minutes. Go ahead and refill that water. Pop the popcorn, as we'll have a good one going right after this. We'll talk to you in about 20-25 minutes.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.